The 365 Pro Wrestling.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here right now with Joe-Dawg, and he did the pick'ems for Friday, January 24th. I know it's been a couple days since the event. We wanted to put it out Monday, but things happened, so we're doing it today. And Joey, you did amazing, man.
Did I?
You did. So our first match, we had Pretty Ricky versus Clay Wilson, and bam, you knew it was going to be Pretty Ricky.
I had a feeling he's been tearing up Ontario. He's been hard to beat.
Heck yeah. Match number 2, Sebastian Suave versus Nolan Pink. I thought you were going to lean towards Pink. You went Suave, and it paid off with another win.
Got to go with the experience, I guess. Yep.
And the third match, we had Joey Allen versus BMD, and you went with experience again, in Kitchener at least, with Joey Allen, and he got the big dub again.
I was very impressed with BMD, though. That was an honor to be in the ring refereeing him. He's a great talent, and I'm glad we have him in 365. He was a great asset, and they put together a great match with Joey Allen. They tore it up.
That's the first time you've seen him so far?
I think that's the first time I've worked with him. I've seen him. I was in the crowd one time and saw him. But fun little fact about BMD: everybody else, when I check them as the ref, I say, "Are you okay?" But with BMD, I said, "How are you now?" And he said, "Good, and you?" He said, "Good, and you?" And I said, "Not so bad." That's how we talk, bud. That's how we talk, bud.
I like it. Only one you got wrong. I know I'm spoiling the next ones, but Tyson Dukes versus Eazy-E. You went with Eazy-E, and he fell to Tyson.
I mean, that was a close one, but it was a heck of a match, and I think we all won just having that match, the fans especially, because it was an awesome match, and no matter what the final bell was, that was a great match.
I agree. I think it's just like, I'd like to see if Eazy got there earlier, what the end result would be. If he would got to the venue and then prepared more. I just don't know. I think it could have been a win for him that way.
Eazy is definitely a hard worker, and he's got a lot. He works hard outside of wrestling too. So Tyson Dukes doesn't either. Don't get me wrong; he's training people. He's training the future of the business. But I think you're right. If Eazy had maybe been able to sit down and study a bit, I think it would have been closer anyway, for sure.
For sure. And then we had the Temple with with Tex Lexus. It was Lenny Lalock and CeCe Moss. They defeated John Tavius and Super K. And I'm giving you the check on that because you were Temple all the way.
Yeah, they were. I was very impressed. Same thing with CeCe. I mean, she was tearing it up. Those guys really took it to her, but she was able to survive it and come out on top. Good for the Triangles.
And then in the main event, we saw Judas Icarus, who is, I think, 5'7", defeat the monster Brody King in what was a heck of a matchup, and you got that one right too.
Well, I mean, once again, just like the Dukes and Eazy-E match, the real winner was everybody who got to watch it, because that was another masterpiece. Beautiful job by those guys, and they kicked butt. It was great.
So I got to give you the grade, man. 5 out of 6. That's a win. And we had a couple bonus matches. We had the Underground VIP. I'm not going to count them towards the overall because they're VIP matches. They're something else. They're not part of the original show. Not everyone gets to see those. So we're still going to do them every time when I get you to do pick'ems, but it'll be a separate thing. We had Jeff Black versus Brandon Jacobs, and you went with your boy Jeff Black, even though sometimes you don't see eye to eye, and it paid off with a W.
Yeah, that was another tight one. Brandon Jacobs, surprisingly, he's the one that pulled the tax down. He's the one that dumped him out. He really held his own. He threw Jeff through a barbed wire board. He really held his own for sure. And I think if he hadn't have injured his back, he maybe would have, came out on top. But Jeff, he's a hardcore guy, and he has been for a lot of years. And he's in that environment. He's hard to beat.
And then in our Underground main event, it was yours truly, Eddie Osborne, versus Warhead. It's supposed to be a Flaming Table match. Temple got his banned. We threw some fire at him. Then had a light tube death match. I don't know if you want to change your pick, but you're humble. You're being a nice guy. You're like, oh yeah, the guy on the phone's gonna win, Eddie Osborne, and I lost.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, Warhead seems to have, as much as he's a deathmatch guy, he always seems to be the one that ends up getting thrown through the stuff. So I had a good feeling about Eddie, but I did hear you got some heat from the boy about bleeding too much. So I mean, we'll have to review that down the road, maybe. So
we will indeed. Overall, though, 5 out of 6. That's a win. What are you thinking overall for the event? Like, what were your thoughts?
Oh man, what a great venue! Like the fans love to be in there, I think, and the wrestlers are just like, look at this cool, like what a cool venue. I think it might be our best ever a venue, if not, I mean, other than Goddard's, of course, but yeah, it's an awesome place for wrestling. It's great to have stadium seating and really be on a stage doing what we do best. It was, and as far as the matches, those were all, you know, if those matches were on a DVD or if they were on a, you know, a pay-per-view that you buy on TV, they would hold up 100%, because I mean, you know, Icarus and Brody and Easy and Dukes, I mean, like Pretty Ricky, that show was one of the best, and it might be, you know, it's going to be hard to top, but 365 can do it, I think.
Awesome, man. Thank you for joining us. Round 1 of the Pick'ems. Joe-Dawg with 83%. Good job, man. We'll talk to you again soon.
Yeah, take care, everybody.
Big thank you to Joe Hallam for being part of this week's podcast. Tomorrow we're going to talk to Nicky Martin, see if he did better than 83%. Thanks, guys. Talk to you then.